Hello, hello, hello. Aloha Friday. We are back, one more week gone. Whoo, yes. How are all of you guys in YouTube land right now? And I knew that would happen because no matter how many times I mute other YouTube channels, they always pop on. And so I'm just going to close them in the future. That might work better. So anyhow, I hope everyone's been having a good day, your last day of work for some of you. Others, I know, you got a couple more days. And but the week is slowly coming to an end for many of us. And so I hope everyone's had a great time. And the last couple days have been crazy for me. I had the show that opened last week will close this week. And at the end of that, yay! Only one show because I've started up a second show. So, which though is going to be fun because if anyone, I don't know how many of you guys who follow on this channel watch Broadway, but I'm actually oh my God, I always stage manage. I'm assistant directing for Be More Chill. And that is an awesome internet-based Broadway show that started years ago and is now just it kind of started off on the internet with some songs, and then people just fell in love with it and kept moving further and further. And next thing you know, it was on Broadway. So I guess, yeah, anyone can make their dreams come true. You just got to push yourself towards it. So, but we started rehearsal for that. Oh gosh, just a couple days ago, actually, last Monday. So I'm doing 2 shows right now, but that will change very soon. So, but yeah, so we're sitting here and as usual, yesterday afternoon was like, okay, what should we talk about? What do I need to talk about? And okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't know if this is just me or not. Hello, Miss Lufa. How you doing, my dear? And I got someone in here to say hi to me. I love you. And also, I'm really, okay, I'm scared I'm going to be the only one like this. I had never heard the word gaslighting until maybe about 9 months ago or so. And that was here on YouTube, was the first time I had ever heard the word gaslight. And I was totally lost. I actually had to go to, thank you, Lufa. Thank you. And thank you, my dear. Little makeup can do wonders, can't it? Yes, it can. Dogs, no barking. And yes, Loco has the treats. And you know what, other people, hey, Rose, how you doing, my dear? And thanks for coming. Yay. Oh my God. And I love all the different, I love emojis. Okay, I've talked a couple times before about that. I just love looking at people's emojis and what they are and what they stand for and trying to figure out the story behind the emoji and why they use those emojis. Of course, we know why Lufa uses some of her emojis. And other people like me, I use the purple heart because purple's my favorite color. But I love looking at all those different things. And you guys are so sweet. Thank you. Thank you. Gosh, pumping me up here, huh? So Scout's here too. Yay. And Rosaline. Okay, now I'm good. You guys know what that's like, those first couple minutes where you come in and you're like, okay, is anyone going to show up? Oh my God. And I know there's a lot of people going live in the last couple days. So I kind of had a half a mind that I might be just talking to myself and people would get the replays because that's total, I have to watch a lot of replays myself. So for those people who I know, a lot of people are writing me, saying, I'm sorry, I've got this and that. You guys, your real life is more important than anything else. Being out there in life is more important than anything you can be doing right now here. Okay, so if you've got things out there to do, it's important to do those things. If you don't, I love it because I get to hang out with you. And also, I definitely won't complain in that area. Not at all. So, but yeah, Rosaline, I love seeing you here, my dear, and Scout and Rose. And no, you are not getting more treats, you guys. They're training me. They are training me now. So, and all, but yeah, it's been a fun week of handling 2 different shows at the same time and coming home, catching up on stuff, playing with the dogs, all that, and then coming back to another show the next day. So it will be fun. But I actually did post, a couple people wanted to know how they could come see my show. And again, for anyone who's thinking about coming to see my show, you don't get to see me. You can see me during intermission. You'll see a special little character pop up in the chat room during intermission. That's me. But that is about the extent of mine. But I did post the link if anyone wanted to come see, if there are any Shakespeare fans out there. What kind of shows, Rose? Anything, actually. A lot of people know I'm a nursing home administrator by background, but my bachelor's is in theater. I loved theater growing up. It was my way of, I'm an introvert, believe it or not. I'm very much an introvert. I just push out of my comfort zone, and I really tried to do it treats. I still got the treats in my hands, guys. I'm kind of feeding treats as I talk. My dad, I told Lufa this one time. My dad had a really great idea, and I suggest this strongly. Hey, Amber Ann, thanks for listening, my dear. And by the way, everyone, I'm not going to forget it at the end, but Amber Ann and Gulf Coast Mama are going to be doing a Cantina later today. So definitely join that. But for those of you who have kids, something I'd like to suggest to you guys, totally unrelated to subject today or anything. My dad growing up had one requirement of my brother and I. And that was, we had to participate in the speech club. Okay. We didn't have to be good at it or anything like that. We just had to be part of the speech team or club just to learn how to get up in front of people and talk. Oh, okay. Forget that. My mom's like, no, it was me. Okay. So it was mom. It was mom. So welcome, Mama Loco. And also, but it really did make a difference for me because I was introvert. I was the nerd in the class. I was the one who I had my 1 or 2 friends and I was happy with that. So my dad would actually have us, and mom would have us come in, and we would actually we'd do speech classes. We'd talk about how to get up in front of people. We'd actually compete, things like that. And it made such a difference for me. And then I went into theater, and that was a lot of fun. It really was a lot of fun. I met some amazing people and all that. So I would definitely, hey guys, hush, you're not going to keep getting treats. And yeah, sure, they'll get treats. They'll get definitely more treats. And also, but I would definitely, suggest that. So to answer your question, Rose, right now I'm doing the Shakespeare Festival out here. So I'm doing 12th night. I'm stage managing for that. Other than that, I am doing, here, one second. Pia, come here. How Pia come? How Pia? Come here. You want to say hi or you just want to bark? You just want to bark. Yeah. And then, but I'll do other things. Yeah, I better give them, oh my gosh, it's Patrick. Hello, Patrick. And Patrick's a good friend of mine. I love him and his other half. And so, yeah, definitely doing shows is a lot of fun. So Shakespeare Festival now. Be More Chill is going to be a musical. So Patrick, you'll have to come see it. And also, it's definitely, if you have kids, get them involved in it. Okay, it doesn't have to be on a competition level or anything like that, whether it's speech or drama or whatever. It just helps develop this sense of, I can do this in front of other people. I can speak in front of people. I can feel comfortable. Even if you are an introvert like me, you can actually do these types of things. And it all came from my mom and dad just pushing me as a child to do. My brother was the jock. My brother was the one doing basketball and, getting the scholarships and stuff like that. Okay, I needed this other outlet, and it worked wonderfully for me. So getting back a little bit to the subject we were going to talk about today. As I was saying to a couple people who came in at the beginning, I, up to 9 months or so ago, I had never, ever heard the word gaslight. I thought when the first time I heard it on a YouTube channel, I'm sitting here thinking, oh my God, what is this gaslight? And I tried to figure it out on my own forever. And finally, I got to the point where I'm like, why the hell am I sitting here trying to figure this out? Just search it, find out what the hell this is so you can actually figure out how it pertains in your life. Does it pertain in your life? Does it not? Did you, huh, Patrick? And also, so I had no idea. So I've noticed since then, the word gaslight seems to pop up in my life, on YouTube, in real life, anywhere, almost daily. I swear, it's like you hear people all the time saying, oh yeah, they're a narcissist, or oh yeah, that person is a sociopath, or this, or this, that. Guess what? Gaslighting is just the same thing. It's another one of those words that everyone's throwing in because it's the new word. And so I wanted to talk about that today. So did I research the origins of, no, I did not do that. I did not do that because I'm a bad girl. And, but I did do a lot of other research. And also, you Google U2 Scout. Okay, good. Because I kind of almost was embarrassed to say that I had never heard the term gaslight. And I consider myself, when it comes to this type of stuff, I kind of try to research things. So it kind of threw me for a loop. I had never heard it. So because we hear this so often, okay, we hear other YouTubers saying, oh, so-and-so's gaslighting so-and-so, or in your own life, you talk about, oh yeah, they're gaslighting me, or stuff like that. I wanted, really, sorry, I'm just taking a look at what Patrick, it's actually directly related to theater. Really? Okay, wait, gaslighting is definitely, yes, a theater. Now, guys, this is a reason why you're going to need to hit yourself into, there's an old movie called Gaslight. Yes, Lufa. Okay, guys, you got my promise right now. I am going to be going into Discord later, and I will be posting a bunch of stuff on the origins of the word and how, because I'm really actually interested now, because I can connect certain things in my head. I don't know if they're really the right assumptions in my head yet, but I kind of have them right now. That is so cool. So yes, hit the good old-fashioned Discord later on, and I am real quickly, for those people who are wanting to know how to get into Discord, here is the link. If someone is not in my Discord, they can become part of my Discord now, and they can see if I follow up on my homework later on. So, and the movie is based off the stage play from 1938. Yes, Lufa and Patrick would get along really well. You two are mine very much. Okay, I definitely could see you two. You have a lot of the same interests and things like that. So, yeah, Scout, there is a lot of YouTube language that's foreign to us. I mean, it's because we're in our own little worlds, but then when we get introduced to this wider world around us, it's amazing what is out there. So the term gaslight, thank you, Rosaline. The term gaslighting originates from a 1938 play called Gaslight by Patrick Hamilton. It was eventually adapted into a film compounded into a single word as gaslight in 1944. The story features a conniving and murderous husband who tries to conceal his true identity from his wife. That is so cool. That is so, so cool. So I may have to, after I'm done with this live today, I may have to do a recorded live. That way everyone has a little bit more information, because I love this. This is really cool. So, but moving on with the whole idea of gaslighting and everything, I did want to talk about, because we do keep talking about, oh yeah, I'm being gaslit, or he's gaslighting that person. Do we truly understand what it is we're saying? Okay. And not only that, how does it affect someone? Because as we know with everything else in life, okay, when we talk about our boundaries or lack of boundaries or, okay, other things like PTSD, things like that, it all has an effect on our own lives. Hey, L House, and been MIA, no pro on top of, oh my gosh, be there for your husband. That's, I think when you start losing your grandparents, you start realizing for the first time just how life can be short and how you really start falling in love with other people. Okay, not in love, but just the idea of who people are and what they can bring to your life and things like that. So I am so sorry, L House. So sorry to hear that. So all my wishes and thoughts and prayers with you guys for sure. And so gaslighting, I wanted people to really have an idea of how it does affect everything here. So I wanted to start, a lot of us probably have been gaslit at some point. I guarantee you all of us have been. Every single one of you in chat, every single one of you guys watching this replay have been gaslit at some point of your life. Depending how often you've been gaslit, there are a number of signs that you might start recognizing in yourself because you become so used to this idea of someone kind of talking down what's important to you because it's more. Narcissists love to gaslight people. Okay, they love it because, of course, narcissist is more about themselves. So the idea that they can kind of refocus everything on them and not on you, hey, fits them perfectly. So what are some of the signs that someone is being gaslit or has been gaslit in their past? Okay, first one is second guessing your memories. Okay, a lot of people, when they are being gaslit, especially in a lot of these, you're going to find come from your formative years. If you were gaslit during your formative years, these signs, these symptoms definitely become more and more prevalent as you get older. Yeah, Patrick. I mean, yeah, I second guess my memories all the time. Part of that is my age. Okay, I'm starting to second guess a lot of things when it comes to memory. And, but a lot of times, okay, when someone is gaslighting you, you might be stating, well, no, this is what happened during this time period. And they're going to be coming in there saying, oh, no, you don't, no, that's not how it happened. This is what happened. They're going to tell you the whole story and all. And you tend to start becoming like, oh, God, yeah, maybe they're right. Yeah, you know what? My memory is bad. I bet you they're right. And so you don't trust your memory. Your memory is there for you. And your gut may be telling you, no, you're right about this. But you're automatically just saying, no, they've got to be right. I've got to be wrong on this. So a person is not truly trusting what happened. You see this very heavily with abuse. Okay, we went through now, not saying that false memories and all don't occur, because they do occur. But they're not as prevalent, I don't think, as many people think they are. And part of the reason is gaslighting. Okay, you're told, no, that did not happen to you. Okay, if it had happened to you, I would have known, or something like that. Okay, gaslighting, and that also brings in another side of gaslighting. Gaslighting is not always meant as an evil thing or a bad thing. Sometimes people are gaslighting others and not knowing it. Okay, they're just doing it because they're either protecting themselves. Think about, okay, like I just said, an abuse situation for a young adult is telling their family about abuse that happened as they were growing up. And family members like, no, that didn't happen, because if it happened, I would have known. I would have totally known if that happened. And they're not gaslighting to put you down. It's more like they're gaslighting you because they need to protect themselves. Because if they have to open up to the fact that they may have missed something or things like that, it hurts. And so is it meant to hurt you? No, it's meant in those cases to help protect themselves. And doesn't make it right, doesn't make it wrong. It just makes it what it is. And that's the other side of this, recognizing that, sometimes these things, it's not about finding right or wrong and things. It's understanding what happened so you can move forward, no matter what it is in your life. And another thing a lot of people might recognize is that you feel threatened or on edge. Oh, wonderful, Mom. And my mom's been looking for something for quite a while. And yeah, we went through some gaslighting during that whole situation too. And so I won't go there. And go to Discord if you want that straight. No. And but no, you feel threatened or on edge around a certain person. Okay, if someone's gaslighting you over and over and over in your life, you start to feel on edge when you're around that person. Okay, because you don't know what's coming up. People saying, "Hi, Mama." She's not hearing. And also, see, it's not fair. She can turn off her hearing aid. I can't. There's a problem there, but yeah. So when you're feeling threatened by someone, okay, you know damn well something is off, but you can't put your hand on it. Well, a lot of times it is this idea that this person is questioning you all the time. They're not taking you seriously for who you are and what you're saying. So you start to feel this kind of like, something's wrong here. I either feel threatened or I feel on edge or anxious, nervous, things like that. Next, you feel like you always should apologize. And yeah, Patrick, exactly. And that's what I meant to say. Just what Patrick said there. Okay, sometimes gaslighting is as simple as accusing someone of misplacing an item they didn't misplace. And also, it truly, and in those cases, like Pat just said, they're not meant to attack or bring someone down or something. It's just you get into this thing, and to some degree, it's the way communication goes. But it can also have a very, very dark side too. So you start feeling like you should always apologize. Okay, a lot of us here have talked about that, this feeling that we have to always be apologizing for everything we do. I have gotten so upset at myself. How many times, I catch myself throughout the day sending a text message or sending a voicemail saying, "Oh, I'm sorry for that." And I'm like, what the heck am I sorry for? Why did I just say that? It has nothing, the person's not upset about anything. Okay, oh, I'm sorry, I just got to your text message now. Well, yeah, that's how it works. Why am I apologizing for that? Hey, Mrs. R&B, how you doing, my dear? And so that feeling that you should always be apologizing. Next, not just apologizing, but apologizing to your own detriment. Okay, even if you're apologizing for something that you did right, many times you're going to go ahead and apologize for it and take the responsibility. Okay, take the focus from other people that, oh yeah, she doesn't know what they're up to. Okay, they're doing this for this reason or whatever comes out of it. But you go ahead and apologize because it's got to be your fault after all, because this person's always telling you that it's your fault or trying to make it out that you just don't have everything together and it must have been something you did. So you automatically start. So those two go very close to each other, not just always apologizing, but apologizing even if it's going to hurt you or the way people see you. Next, you feel as if something's wrong with you. Okay, a lot of us get to this point. There's just something wrong with us. Everyone else is right on line. They know exactly what they're doing. They're good at this. They're good at that. They can remember everything. This person can remember every time I bring up an issue or something, they can remember exactly. And I'm kind of way out there in left field. I can't do anything right. See, all of these signs are things that build up over time. Okay, over months, years, whatever, of being gaslit and told that no, you don't know what you're talking about to begin with. So you also will start looking to others to make decisions. So again, you don't trust yourself anymore. This person is telling you, Okay, you can't make the right decisions on this because look, you tried to do it before and you screwed that up. Okay, or you can't remember how you got from point A to point B. So you know what? You get to the point where you question yourself so often that when a decision has to be made, you look to everyone around you for those decisions. Okay, so think about it. How many times, now to some degree, there are good ways of going down. Okay, I will quite often go to people and get everyone's idea of what they want. And then I'll kind of come up with a better decision off of that. But there's a difference between doing something like that and saying, okay, so what do you guys think we should do about that? Okay, that sounds good. Okay, without actually analyzing what's going on. Hey, Robbie, love you, my dear. Love you, love you. So with your gaslighting, you really start second guessing yourself as you're noticing from this. It's a lot of second guessing yourself. And even looking past versus present. Okay, you start realizing maybe years ago or months ago, okay, before you got into this relationship, you were more sure of yourself. You could stand up to things. You could make decisions. You could speak to other people. But now you can't. Now you're always second guessing everything. You're always wondering about stuff. Okay, did I make the right decision here? Oh, I bet you that was wrong. You feel weaker than you were before because this dynamic is changing in your head because you're starting to second guess yourself all the time. And unfortunately, one of the biggest things that I find that come out of it as I've looked in my own life, as I've looked at other people, because we've all seen the examples of people being gaslit before. And we'll do, Robbie, my dear. You get to the point where you have a fear of actually speaking up. To me, this is probably one of the harder points because when a person does not have the comfort of being able to speak up and use their voice for themselves, look at all the other things that are taken away at the same time. Okay, their independence, their ability to believe in themselves, their self-esteem disappears at that point. Okay, their ability to grow starts to disappear at this point. So to me, that's one of the hardest points is that at a certain point with gaslighting, a person truly does lose the ability to express what they truly feel. Okay, we've all seen the case where a child might be being gaslit or something like that. And if they're gaslit long enough, they'll just stop telling people they need help because they realize no one else is going to be there and help them. So to me, that's probably the saddest part of the whole thing is when we all just shut down at that point. So those are ideas, okay? And I can ask you guys in chat. Okay, I saw it as we were going through. Oh, yeah, that's happened before. Oh, that's happened, okay? I just noticed, Aloha, can you be gaslit and not know it? And a person always has, oh, heck yes. And I think that's one reason why L House that I wanted to, sorry, I was going to call you L, and I'm like, L or L House. And that's why I wanted to do this because I started understanding what gaslighting was, but in doing that, I also started realizing where it might have been happening in my own life, or what was even harder, where I might have been gaslighting other people and not realizing it. And that's what I mean by saying you don't always mean to gaslight people. Sometimes you do it without realizing it because you yourself don't understand. And to be honest, I think if you've been gaslit enough in your life, it's very possible that you could turn around and start gaslighting others because it's what becomes the norm for you. And I think many people, this is just me thinking, we all look for some level of control in our lives. I'm a control freak. I told Robbie this the other day. I'm a control freak. I feel the best when my whole life is organized and I know what's going to happen. Okay, I am at my worst when I feel like everything's falling apart. Okay, because I start running all over the place and I don't know where I am. So if you are being gaslit and you're losing more and more and more of your control, I'm thinking, and this is just me because I know I've gaslit people myself. Okay. I'm looking for cases where maybe I can pull back some of that control for myself. And I know I can't do it in this relationship, but I can do it there. And that's sad. And it's embarrassing to say. But I think it's something that I think a lot of us probably do without realizing. So can you be gaslit and not know it? And you're always on edge? Yeah. And that's why I wanted to start with this list of things that could be signs that you've been gaslit in the past. Because when I went through that list, I almost felt like it was like, check, check, check. Oh, shit. Oop, there's another check. Yeah. So, yeah, I definitely think you could. And also, I'm not going to go into the whole thing. Okay, has anyone else been gaslit? Because these are private things. They are. A lot of what we're talking about on this channel is private. There are things that we're dealing with within ourselves. And I've told many of you guys here one-on-one, as people DM me or stuff like that, I am seeing people changing in front of my eyes. And that's why so many people are trying to make changes in their life right now. And I see it happening, which is amazing to watch. And I'm trying myself to do the same thing. So I wanted to go, okay, so now we now know, okay, yes, I've been gaslit. I've seen these things. I know how gaslighting affects me. How do you recognize someone who's gaslighting? Okay, fine. I can go check, 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 check all the way down the line. But do I know who it is who's actually doing all this? That's a totally different issue. Okay, because you're never going to be able to stop and defend yourself from it if you can't figure out where it is happening in your life. Okay, so how do you recognize a gaslighter? How do you recognize that someone is trying to manipulate you? Because that's what a gaslighter is doing. Okay, I've talked about narcissism, okay, being the perfect type of person to go for gaslighting. Gaslighting, they're manipulating you. They're manipulating you to do exactly what they want you to do, how they want you to think, things like that. So number one, when you're doing this, is someone who manipulates you, someone who is a gaslighter, loves to discredit you. They may do it overtly, right to your face, or they could do it behind your back. Okay, they may be the type of person who goes around to other people and says, keep an eye on her. You really want to keep an eye on Loco because, I've noticed lately she's really starting to go off on the deep end. So really, I want to keep an eye on her. That's actually gaslighting. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that there might not be times that you as a caring person don't want to say to someone else that's also caring, keep an eye on her because I can tell she's having a rough time right now. And she might just need to have some other people to help support her. Okay. But there is the type of gaslighting where they're doing that. Okay. They may also be going to you and making you second guess. Yeah, sure, Loco. Yeah, of course, that's what you think. Of course, that's what you think. You go around saying this every single time, stuff like that. So they're going behind your back. They're coming straight to your face and they're discrediting you. Okay, overtly, covertly, whatever. Next, their version of events is always 100% correct. Okay, I have sat and looked at and talked with people, two groups of people that are fighting. Now think about any fight that you've ever seen in your life. 99% of all fights are not completely on this side or that side. The truth is somewhere in the middle, yeah? Okay, very seldom is one person 100% correct. And yet, to a gaslighter, they're always 100% correct. Okay, there is no, oh, yeah, you know what? You might be right. That might have happened that way. They're going to always make sure it's that way. So they are positive of it. They may even belittle you over it because if you're not going to give in at some point that they're 100% correct, they may go as far as to say, no, damn well that's what happened last summer. Okay, you went around and you were supposed to tell people we were supposed to come to the party at this time, and you didn't tell anyone anything. And you might be like, yeah, I told everyone, but I forgot this one person. Or something like, and they're like, no, you didn't tell everything's 100%. And then because you're going to keep fighting, they're going to start coming in here and belittling you. And we're going to kind of touch on this whole idea when we talk about how to defend yourself against these people, because these people are so set in the way that they're thinking, you honestly may never be able to talk them into what the truth is. And that's the hard part, especially if you're a control freak like some of us, because you want to make sure that person understands what's going on, and it might not be possible. And the next thing they love to do is change the subject. Okay. You're talking about something. They realize they're starting to lose this. This is amazing in political discussions. It happens all the time. Okay. I love to watch on a debate or something like that. And Patrick, yes, I have to agree. 100% correct. Durian is awful. For anyone who is wondering what durian is, go Google. It's not quite blue waffles, but yeah. And also, but yeah, they're going to, if they're realizing they're losing a fight or they're not able to pull you all the way in, yes, they may belittle, but the other thing they'll very often do is change the subject. Okay, they'll very quickly start trying to come up with other ways. Well, I don't know how you're even coming up with this. I mean, oh, yeah. You know what? I bet you talked to Mary. I bet you talked to Mary about that. And I bet Mary told you everything you're saying right now. And you know, Mary's wrong. Okay, Mary's way off. I mean, if you're even talking to her, it shows something about you. I mean, I wouldn't be talking to her or anything like that because, you know, she's way off, and that's going to show something about you too. Okay, why are you even talking to these people? So they've turned it over to what you're fighting about or arguing about or talking about, to Mary being crazy and you being crazy because you talked to her. Has nothing to do with each other. At L House, yeah, control freaks in the house. And also, but yeah, no, and it's, I think that's what's great. The more you learn about these things, the less chance there is that you will repeat these things in life. I'm actually going to go off the subject here a little bit because this did just bring this up. I hear quite often from people terms such as hurt people, and things like that. And yes, that's true, but it's not an excuse. And that's why it's important for all of us to come together and understand what is going on within ourselves and within people around us. Because yes, hurt people because that's what they were taught. But you know what? Hurting people is not an excuse, because that hurt person could learn how to not hurt other people. And sorry, that's just one of my soapbox issues lately. And because all of us do, I hurt people, but it's not an excuse for me to go around hurting people either. And I have to take responsibility for my own actions when I do it. So next is a manipulator, a gaslighter will minimize or downplay your thoughts or perspective. Okay. You're having your argument and you're really getting upset about something because you're wanting to get this point across. Okay. You are trying to explain to them why this hurts you so much, and they're not listening or anything. So what do they start doing? They immediately start downplaying how you feel. Okay, I just don't understand why you get so upset about this. Come on, I'm just joking. I mean, come on, you're freaking out over all of this stuff now. And come on, guys. And you're freaking out over nothing. Come on, you gotta be better than that. Come on. You're an adult. Okay, only children would throw a fit like you're doing right now. Things like that. They are going to downplay the way you feel as a way of controlling you. Okay. Next, they also have a tendency to overtly just lie. Okay. A manipulator has no problem just lying to you or denying something happened that you know damn well happened. Okay. Again, it's their way or the highway. And if their way is not the truth, it doesn't matter because it's reality for them. Okay. Going back to all the things about narcissism and stuff like that. So they also have a way of minimizing and twisting situations. Okay. So, why, again, going back to that whole, well, why is this upsetting you so much? Wouldn't upset anyone else. Why is it upsetting you? That type of situation. Doesn't matter what you think or feel. All that matters is what they want and what they want to feel. And also, as we're going through that, one other thing with minimizing, actually, and this is domestic violence. This is where, okay, you hear about someone who has been hit or pushed or something like that, and they may come back and say, I didn't hit you. No. I was just trying to get by you, and you kind of stepped into the way and I kind of pushed right past you. That's all that happened. I didn't do that. Or the, oh, I love you bit or things like that. They minimize it. They twist the situation so that they don't have to take responsibility for what they're doing. Second agreement, take nothing personal. Exactly. I love it. And so they tend to do these types of things over and over. So we have all this stuff, okay? So most of you kind of got an idea now in chat, okay? These are types of things, if you see them happening in your life, yeah, chances are you're dealing with a master manipulator, okay? You are dealing with someone who wants to manipulate everything, gaslight everything. So, hey, Kat, Pia, come. And so what do you do, though? That becomes the big issue because it's great if you know something's going on. But, oh, my God, how do you actually deal with this? Because a lot of us, the first thing we think about is, well, I'll fight back. Because after all, if it's always their way and no other way, then, if I just fight back, then it'll stop. But unfortunately, that does not always work in this type of situation. And also, the more you're fighting back, the more they are, again, go back to how they fight back. Okay, they're going to change the subjects. They're going to sit there and say that you're lying. Mrs. R&B, yep, you got it. They're going to do all these things. So what can you do, though? Because it's not a healthy way of living, that's for sure. You can't just accept it. Okay, none of us should accept it. So I want to go through a couple steps, and one word we're going to come back to quite often throughout almost every single one of these lives is boundaries, because that's what you're developing here. When you are addressing someone who is gaslighting you, you are developing a healthy boundary for yourself. Okay, you're telling this person in no uncertain terms that this is where things stop, and I cannot take your emotions and your feeling of having to be the focus on myself anymore. So the first thing you're going to want to do is pull out a journal. Okay? Pull out a journal, pull out something on your phone, whatever, write it down, talk into a record, whatever you write it in your head. Okay? To clarify how you are being gaslit. The first thing in understanding any of this, and that's why I started off with those signs of being gaslit, because if you cannot recognize you're being gaslit, you're not going to be able to take any of these other steps. So go back to that list. Okay, what was it? 5, 6 different things, something like that. Okay, how many? Well, no, 8, 9 things. And try to go through and figure out, okay, is this person minimizing what I'm thinking? Okay, is this person making me question my own memory? Okay, write those things down. Make note of those things so you can come back to it over and over, because you know what? I don't know about you, but writing something down almost makes it real. Okay, when it's in my head, it could be just a dream. Okay, it could be, it's just out there. But for some reason, at least for me, once I write something down, it becomes real. It becomes something that I have to accept is happening because it's in writing now. It's black and white. And so it's just something that I've noticed about myself. So go clarify. What is happening? How is he affecting you? How is she and what she's saying making a difference in your life? Okay, and then next, go work on your meditation and grounding techniques. It could be meditation. It could be other grounding techniques. We talked about a bunch of them last week. Okay, how can you, because as you're going through this and you're second guessing yourself or you're feeling anxious and nervous around a certain person, you need to have these techniques down. Because if you're feeling like you're ready to crawl out of your skin because you're near someone, you need to be able to know how, okay, I can stop, take a deep breath. Even if this person is yelling at me right now, I know how to reground myself real quickly. And also take some time. That's the one thing with gaslighting. You know, it's something you're going to want to build up to being able to fight against it and defend yourself. It's not something you're going to be like, okay, I'm ready. I just defended myself. Yes, you can get to the point where you can do that. But as you're getting used to knowing what it is, and that changes. And so, sorry, my mom is opening up the refrigerator, and we got a nice musical refrigerator. And so next, look at the relationship. So this is when you really have to look at the person themselves. What is your relationship with them? How is this affecting you? Can you cut the relationship? Okay, you may be lucky in that the relationship is the type of thing you could just say, adios, goodbye. I can't be around you anymore. And develop that boundary that you're like, no, I've got to split. Unfortunately, in many cases, you can't quite do that. Okay, work. You could, but it also means taking, you want to, Mrs. R&B wants a yes. Good old musical refrigerator. Oh, I love this refrigerator, but that's a subject for a different time. And it's awesome. Toys are always fun. And also, and there we go. Dun, 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 dun. And also, but yeah, with certain cases like a job, okay, you have a job. That boss, like you guys are talking in chat about, you could have a boss that is gaslighting you like crazy. You have to go through these steps, go through that journal and figure out, how is this affecting you? Is it truly freezing you in place? Because if you're being frozen in place, it might be worth leaving a job. Okay. If it's something you can handle in other ways, you might be able to handle it in other ways. But that's where you have to truly kind of look at everything that's going on. Pia, come here. Pia, she hears your refrigerator, Mom. And so they might have to actually leave, or they may be able to stay there. And sorry, guys. And so look at the relationship, decide what you have to do. And then last, reach out to someone. What unfortunately is happening when you are being gaslit, like happens, you start second guessing yourself a lot of times, okay? It hurts a person as much as almost any other type of abuse can, okay? It is mental abuse. It is a type of mental abuse. And just like a mental or emotional abuse case, you're going to have issues that you might have to work through. Okay, you may need to find a therapist to talk to as you work your way through this. You may have to have a friend that will listen to you vent as you try to say the things that you know down deep you need to be able to say. So dealing in this type of situation, you really have to look where in many cases you can just talk back to the person and state, this is what I want, and I want this way now. In this case, you really need to look at what you need to do for yourself. Because like Rosaline just said, okay, you know your worth. You know who you are. You know what you need in your life. And that's what matters. So reach out to someone, ask for the help from them. Okay, come into any of our Discords, from Rosaline's Discord, my Discord, Amber Ann's Discord, all the Discords we all have out there, your own DMs, whatever, and ask for help. There's nothing wrong in doing that. In fact, I would vouch to say right now, almost everyone I talk to, once they find the right therapist, it makes a huge difference in their life for them. So take a look at those things. What do you need to do for you? And then last, after you've done all that, now's the time to take your stand. Now's the time to put those boundaries that you've put all this discussion into. You've meditated on. You've gone and figured out how this person is affecting you in your life. You've gone and figured out exactly, okay, can I completely cut ties with this person? Is it the type of thing that I just don't speak up when they're around and I just kind of distance from them that way? You've done all the hard work there. Now you just stand up and you take your stand. You go back to the boundaries discussions that we've had. And we can have more of those discussions about how to tell people about your boundaries, how to stand by your boundaries. You put that boundary into place because, again, you know your worth. You need to stand up for yourself at that point. So over the next, okay, I'm hoping now people have a better idea of how all of this comes together. Because we continue to hear on a daily basis, oh, so-and-so's being gaslighted on this channel, or, oh, yeah, my husband was gaslighting me last night, or all these things. So now you have the chance to be able to go in through all that and work with each other. Okay, work with yourself, help each other. Like I said a few minutes ago, I've been watching and talking to people who've actually been kind of following as we have these discussions, and it just amazes me the strength in people. That's what's helping me right now, is I'm looking at people and the strength in other people right now. And it pushes me forward. It truly, hey, that girl, my dear. And it really pushes me forward when I see them making changes in their life, developing boundaries, learning how to stand up to something. Okay. It makes me realize, you know what, all of us are doing this. Okay, the idea of hurt people doesn't matter anymore because we are all taking control of our lives rather than allowing things that may have happened to us at one time or past emotions or anything or other people to have the control over us. And that's what really is amazing to see happen. So, important things, more important than any of that I just discussed, is this little word here. And also, hey, L House, thank you, my dear. And guys, Aloha Friday at the YouTube Cantina, YT Cantina. It's been a long couple of weeks. I have one more Friday night show, and then I will be back. Rosaline has been just amazing at stepping in, helping out, running it, things like that. Amber Ann, okay, Gulf Coast Mama, tonight, they're going to be doing it tonight at 8:30 Pacific time. So keep an eye out for the link for that. If they're still going on when I get home from rehearsal, I will be there. I can't wait till next week because I really miss hanging out with all of you guys. I really do miss hanging out. Cantina is just turned into a fun little, you know what? I told someone last night, sometimes we laugh together during it. We cry together. We talk about our own stories. We celebrate. It's about life. And that's, I think, why I enjoy it so much, is it really is just about life and being us. So please make sure to come into Discord. If you're not in Discord yet, please come in there. I am putting the group cards in. I'm trying to do better on daily. I'm not doing the greatest yet, but I am actually hitting about half of the days of the week. And just come join. We've got some amazing communities out there. Rosaling's, okay. That girl has an amazing YouTube channel going right now. Amber Ann, she went live the other night. It's awesome. Robbie, you talk about a fun channel where we're all just working towards healing and working with ourselves, understanding ourselves more. Okay, and having fun. He combines the two ideas of Cantina and work at the same time, which is what's great. And you got it, Rosalind. Get back to your okay. What about lightning bugs? I wonder if Rosalind's camping, for those of you who are wondering. So, and I hope she gets lightning bugs. We don't have lightning bugs out here, and I miss them. So, but guys, thank y'all for being here as part of this community. I mean, this is, I've said it before, there are no words. Sorry. I'm going to keep trying to come up with words and they're not going to come up. And because it's beyond words, it's an emotion. It's a feeling that you get with people that just you're happy to be with. So if you have ideas for subjects in the future, because I really, really want to do subjects that might help you guys out also. I'm right now really pushing through subjects that help me. But if you have subjects, please type them in the comments. Come into Discord. Let us know in Discord what subjects would help you. If you don't want people to know that you're making a suggestion on a subject, because I know some people have ideas that they'd like to hear talked about, but they don't quite want everyone to know that they're making that suggestion, DM me. You can also get me on the lokomai@gmail.com. So you can also email me and I will make sure to cover those subjects also. So I will definitely be checking out chat, see if I missed anything there. So, but yeah, I look forward to talking to you next Friday when life gets back to normal and I'm only dealing with one show. And enjoy your weekend. Have a great time. Make sure hit that thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell. Have fun next week. How to post links from social media and Google. Scout, I'll connect with you, my dear. I will connect with you, my dear. And also, and I really look forward to seeing you guys next week. And have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you soon. Aloha.